The woman couldn't believe her eyes. Her son, who suffered from ADHD, was quietly watching a chess game. To test her suspicion, she approached an old man setting up a chess endgame. She insisted on asking him to teach her son a game. Her intention was simply to see how long her son could focus. Little did she know, her son, playing his first game, managed to corner the old man in just 4 moves. The woman was astonished. Could it be that her son was a prodigy? She eagerly awaited the outcome, but the old man not only refused to make another move but also cursed and swore, driving them away. At first, the woman was perplexed. However, the more she thought about it, the happier she became. Could it be that her son was mistaken for a master pretending to be a novice? Upon returning home, she couldn't wait to set up a chessboard and challenge her husband to a game against their son. But the husband was skeptical after hearing about the park incident. When he saw his son fidgeting and squirming as usual, he became even more convinced that his wife was exaggerating. However, an hour later, he stopped laughing. He not only suffered a crushing defeat, but only managed to capture a single pawn from his son. Even more astonishingly, during the second half, the son played blindfolded while taking a bath. Such a terrifying talent would drive any parent to madness. But George reacted surprisingly laid back. The next day, he was tasked with taking his son to a chess academy to enroll. After aimlessly wandering around, he chose to leave without explanation. Before leaving, he saw his son playing chess in the lobby, and his opponent, a man with a bushy beard, suffered a humiliating defeat, further highlighting the son's skill. Despite this, George hesitated for a long time and still chose to leave. From then on, he took his son to the park every day to play chess. The son not only enjoyed himself, but also made some friends. George thought this was perfect until one day, Bruce, a renowned chess master, approached them. He then learned that the bearded man his son had defeated was no ordinary player but a top-tier grandmother. Bruce offered to have his tuition fee just to take his son as a disciple. George still refused, because over the years, he had tried countless times to nurture his son's interests, all of which had failed due to his son's lack of focus. He didn't want to go through the ordeal again. Undeterred, Bruce pestered George into letting him visit their home. He spent the day playing educational games with the boy and then confidently declared, "Your son does not have ADHD. His mind works so fast that it causes impatience. Trust me to train him, and I promise to turn him into a revered chess prodigy." George couldn't remain calm any longer. He immediately and decisively paid the tuition and embarked on his journey of pushing his child. But the terms laid-back parent and helicopter parenting are inherently contradictory. A month later, George took his son to a youth chess tournament. Upon arriving at the hotel, another parent approached them to brag and asked about his son's chess ranking. George hadn't yet adjusted to his son's transformation. Glancing at a number on the wall, he instinctively lied, saying it was level 15. The other parent paused, startled, then gave him a look of disbelief. It turned out there was no such ranking in the chess community. So, even before the next day's match, the parent couldn't help but laugh whenever they crossed paths. George could only feign composure and listen intently as the referee explained the rules. Little did he know that the tournament would start with an eerie atmosphere.